it's been a huge blessing in disguise. I just was doing it, I love the instrument, the Talkbox. I was just doing it for the love. I love the instrument, and I always love getting challenged with different genres. And when different artists approach me to, come onto their record.
Between the Grooves is hosted by James Curtis, music director and morning man in the Greater Toronto Area on Joy Radio, and Aisha Woods, Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and musician. Together, they talk with artists and industry insiders to discover our connection between music and faith. You can connect with us on Facebook or Twitter at Between Grooves. Now, here's James and Aisha.
Aisha, where are you going?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I am headed to the Dominican Republic and Grand Turks and Caicos on a 5-day cruise. And this is actually our first cruise post-COVID. So with all the COVID protocols and I'm interested in seeing how things will be different.
It's taken a long time for the cruise companies to get back up and running anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it has.
You say it's your first cruise post-COVID. I mean, I'm not even booked on a cruise yet, and I'm jealous because I like cruising. We've been on a few cruises, and I have yet to book my next cruise. I've been looking. Maybe next year. I'm trying to coordinate a cruise and a stay. Go on a cruise. For me, going on a cruise, it's flying somewhere to cruise out of. Like you're in Florida, it's a lot easier, right? For me, I've got to fly somewhere and then cruise. And so my thought is I want the cruise to be as long as possible, right?
Yes.
To maximize my time. But also if I'm paying for a flight, why not stay after the cruise and stay at a resort or a hotel or something and explore the city a little bit? So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. And because of, not really because of COVID, but because of delays, and it was more of a post-COVID thing. My 25th wedding anniversary trip got basically canceled. It was just there was some stuff.
It makes me sad.
It was stuff with the airlines, and then I was about to rebook, and then the prices shot up because that's when the announcements were being made, where the COVID restrictions were being eased and stuff, and so everybody started booking and stuff, and the prices shot up, and I just thought, you know what, I'm not paying more money for the same thing I would have paid for. So I'm still looking around for something. So you're going on a cruise. You say it was 5 days, and this is a big. Yes. This is the whole family going, just you and your husband.
The whole family. Oh. Actually, it's the whole family, including my grandmother, who's 87 years old, and she loves traveling. She loves cruising. I think that at some point in time we may have to give her a curfew.
She's like party animal. She
she gets around. So, and our 2 youngest boys, this will be their first time cruising ever.
Right.
So I'm excited to see, how they enjoy it. Yeah. So,
That's good. Well, enjoy the cruise. Before you go on the cruise, we're going to have a chat with one of your friends, previous guest on Between the Grooves. We chatted back with him in April 2019. 4-time Grammy Award winner Byron Mr. Talkbox Chambers on Between the Grooves.
You're doing big things.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
So listen, we last chatted in April 2019, and you've had a lot of stuff happen since then. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about is what's on your playlist, but I thought then you'd start talking about your latest album.
Yeah. Well, no, that's funny. I just feel like God gave me that title because that's what that record is. It's the only record of its kind. I don't know if anybody else has done it. Aisha, you might know, but I don't know if anyone has ever done a record to where it is like all multiple different genres on one album. I've never heard that. If so, then I'm somebody enlighten me. But yeah, that record, it has so many genres on it, so that's why we called it Playlist. It's so many different artists, it's so much, different flavors, it's a blessing, man. I'm excited.
I love when an artist has different genres and different styles of music on one album. If it all sounds the same, it just kind of gets boring, and you might
blah.
you might have one or two favorites,
Yes.
but you might not even listen to the rest of it, right?
Exactly. I wanted to give the listener the luxury of being able to say, all right, I like this, I like that one, I like this, and I can make my own playlist from the playlist,
Yeah. Now, what's this? What's this about a platinum status on Apple Music?
Platinum
Yeah,
status. That
album
just sounds so good.
Yeah. So as y'all know, like when you sell 1 million records, it's considered platinum. And, nowadays, the streaming world has kind of taken over. The album just went platinum streaming-wise on Apple Music, and it's actually almost there on Spotify. And it's been a slow crawl, it's been a really slow crawl. And, I'm an independent artist, so we do everything ourselves. And I kind of love to let my music grow organically, let my social media grow organically. I've been doing it this way since the beginning, and as long as you give the people something, that's the thing I love about the internet. It is there, and as long as we are putting out content or music, the people can hear it. So there you go. We just went platinum.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
That is wonderful.
And pretty impressive,
Yeah,
too, that you're going with the organic growth on your socials as well, because there's so many people out there, even no names, that just get one of these bots to get all these followers and stuff. And all of a sudden their growth on their Instagram or their Twitter or whatever just jumps. And I just look at that saying, really? Do they actually know who you are,
Exactly. And, the social media space is really vague. It's tough. So you really have to have hands-on, and you have to really, really connect with the fans and the friends. I call them friends, like you have to really connect with them and make sure that, these are actual fans of yours. And so, we try to build an infrastructure. Like we have an email list that if you sign up with the email list, we'll be in touch with all of the friends and the fans there, and because the social media gives this look, but are people actually engaging? Hey, not everybody. So, but if you can get 50% to engage, then you're really good.
I think one of the things that helps you in particular, though, is the fact that you do collaborations with mainstream artists. You've been doing it for a while, and with you doing that, it gets you noticed because they're going to share their music with their fan base as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. That has been a trend for me. It's been a huge blessing in disguise. I just was doing it. I love the instrument, the Talkbox. I was just doing it for the love. I love the instrument, and I always love getting challenged with different genres. And when different artists approach me to, come onto their record. And so it's just been really good to see, and that's even been organic, where the celebrities have started following my pages and they become fans of my work. And then next thing you know, they reaching out to talk to me and try to get on a song. So it's been great. Yeah, it's been great to been, to touch all these different genres.
I'm led to believe that one of your earliest fans was before social media was even around, and that was Aisha, because you guys went to school together, I understand.
Dr. Phillips.
Dr. Phillips, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that's so crazy, man. That is so crazy. I was, my sister, she was at Dr. Phillips. I was a choir director at Dr. Phillips. And it's just crazy how man, to see her come from that to becoming who she was, like who she is, man, it's mind blowing to me, man. Like before all of the the Jamie Graces and before all of these new girl artists, man, Aisha, she kind of, in my mind, she jumped this whole thing off, man. So hats off to you, Aisha.
Come on.
Yeah, it's an honor and privilege. Like, seriously.
So are you saying that your success is due to Aisha?
No, not at all.
It's kind of what I was hearing there. I don't know.
She opened the door for me.
Oh, okay.
On, you know, because we both work with Toby Mac. So, hey, there you go.
Yeah. True. And you guys do, Aisha was mentioning to me that you guys, or you in particular, have done ministry with her family, her husband, and some other guys.
Yeah. The Mr. Hillary, man, their whole family. Yeah, like I used to play at a church in a city called Sanford, Florida, in down in Florida, and the Hillary family, man. Yeah, we used to all get together and just have some good old church, man. It was great coming up and knowing
like
those
good
guys.
old
It
church.
was amazing. The Hillary, yeah. The Hillary boys, I love them. I love that family.
How often do you guys get together these days? I mean, you're in Nashville now, right?
Oh yeah, we're it's pretty impossible with schedules. Aisha's busy, I'm busy. It's just a lot. But whenever we get to talk, we talk and we hang out and we share music and it's we take what we can get.
That's it. That's for sure.
Aisha,
Right.
we've got with Byron, Mr. Talkbox Chamber on the line right now. Can you give us some insider stories about, something that maybe he wouldn't want to talk about?
Oh, gosh. You know what? I don't even have any insider stories.
Oh, it's all good things?
No.
Oh, man.
It's all good things,
stuff
which is
Aisha.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. It's family, man. It's family right here.
That's good. That's
it. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
That's good. Byron, you do a bunch of different things. You're an artist, you're a producer, you're a songwriter. We talked the last time back in April 2019 about the fact that you host a lot of things, a lot of events and stuff. These days, what do you spend most of your time doing?
Most of my time now is really in the studio, recording and doing features and doing my my social media stuff. Now we've started back, touring. We've started back playing shows. And so I'm excited about that because we just, since the pandemic hit, we just kind of shut down, and I was thankful for that too, because I didn't, my career wasn't built on touring. So I'm good, so I was able to, chill out a little bit and just have family time. And now it's kind of, engraved into our schedule now, which is a huge blessing. Where I've been married 25. Next year we'll be married 25 years.
That is awesome.
Congratulations. Yeah, thank you. And then my kids, they're all adults now, so I'm just like it's a different dynamic. I'm still a parent, but it's just different. It's just a different dynamic because they're adults now. So I just been spending most of my time with my family and recording in my studio, enjoying it and just enjoying life, really, to be honest, going to church, I just took the music director role at my local church, and it's been really, really good doing that. I didn't know that I needed that. And so that's been really good. And
that's awesome.
Man, just enjoying life. Yeah. So I've been enjoying life and just having fun. I'm at that place now. I'm having a great time, in my life.
It sounds to me like you're at the place where, given the fact that your kids are older, they take you out for lunch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going out on a little date today.
Yeah,
I'm going out on a little date today with my oldest, my daughter. They know I love to go to the movies, so yeah, like I'm just now getting back in town. Like I'm literally just getting back off the road. And that was the first thing I was like, let's go. Who's going to the movies?
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not going to ask you another question. I just want to make a statement here. We recently had our chat with Blessing Offer. I just want to say I would love to hear a collaboration between you and him.
Oh, man. Hey, whatever the perfect will of the good Lord, if that can happen, we would love for it to happen.
Well, if it happens, I'm taking the credit for it, okay?
There you go.
I will. You know, if it does happen, I'm going to post on social media saying that was my idea.
That was my idea. You take that credit. That's right.
6 months from now, mark my words, Aisha.
Yeah.
Hey.
Listen, Byron, so fun chatting with you again.
Yes, indeed.
I know you're busy and you're traveling and stuff, so I really appreciate the time that you were able to take with us today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank y'all for having me. It's just good to talk to you again. Y'all call us anytime, man, and all the support that y'all have given Mr. Talkbox. I really appreciate it.
Tk you. Take care.
Talk to y'all later.
Yep. God bless.
Okay. Safe travels.
God bless now.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye now.
I just love having a good laugh once in a while. and he's great for that. Like, he's got some great stories to share. And
yes.
And I just, for a guy that plays an instrument that's not very common,
right?
It's thrilling to see him being successful in what he's doing.
Right.
Like this
and
Talkbox.
he does it well.
Yeah, and this Talkbox instrument is unique enough that nobody's going to take the time to learn something like that. And so that's why all these other artists call him. They say, hey, I need that sound in my song. And so they call him up. I mean, I guess technically they could get their own and try to learn it, but they'll never have the ability like he does.
No. And he's been doing it for so long. It's just like, it almost just comes naturally.
Yeah, it's awesome. Mr. Talkbox, Byron Chambers, 4-time Grammy Award winner on Between the Grooves.
And this week, we've got artist advice coming from Seth from Southbound. Let's listen up and see what he's got to say.
My advice would be that as an artist, you have the opportunity to minister to people. And the best way I believe that you could minister to others is to, one, be transparent. Number two, be real. And I think when you're real, what I mean by that is I would say that you need to be focused on one thing. Don't try to be what others, pressure you to be. I think too often people try to change who they are in the moment or in the setting, or, don't try to, they try to pick songs that are going to be the next hit, and they try to become something in order to be something. And I think there's freedom and there's beauty when you are who God created you to be. And so my advice would have to be, don't try to become something else. My pastor always says, if there's two things that are identical, one of them is not necessary. So don't try to sound like someone else and be someone else. Be yourself and write songs and do music that ministers to you and that you can minister to other people.
That seems to be the general theme. If you realize everybody's saying, be true to who you are and who God has created you to be.
Well, and others are looking at you, right? And it's in this day and age that we live, it's so easy to compare. His comment about, if there are two people identical, then you don't need one of them.
One's not necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
So people are looking at you and they are comparing you against other people. So just be yourself. I mean, that's essentially what he's saying. Just be yourself. Be real.
Authenticity wins every time.
Well, thank you to Seth from Southbound for that artist advice this week. And before we go, Aisha, I've got to give a quick shout out. We have to give a quick shout out. We have had a new producer for a few months now. Justine has been at the controls and making faces at us through the glass and everything else. But she's been doing a phenomenal job. And so I just wanted to give her a quick shout out. We previously had Mike, and Mike is still around, but Mike's been busy with some other projects. And before that was Travis, and he's still involved in a lot of the social media stuff. But Justine has been our producer for 2 or 3 months, and we just haven't got around to telling everybody about it. So thumbs up to Justine. What
I have to say to Justine is two words, and you can go look it up. Justine. Dun, 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 dun.
Those are the two words?
Justine. That's it. That's her shout out.
I was expecting something really meaningful, something deep and whatever. But no, it's just Justine.
That's it. You got to look it up.
Okay. You got that, Justine? You're going to look that up? Okay, she's got the thumbs up there. Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for tuning in this week on Between the Grooves. Thank you for
Good times.
Mr. Talkbox for joining us while he was on the road. And we're back to another great episode next week. So make sure you subscribe and tune in. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you at Between Grooves.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for listening to Faith Strong Today's Between the Grooves podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, would you consider sharing it with your friends, rating our podcast, or giving us some love on your socials to your amazing friends and followers will only help us reach more people. We'd also love to hear from you and share your feedback in an upcoming episode. Send your video or written message to Aisha and James on Facebook and Twitter at Between Grooves, or email us anytime, hello@faithstrongtoday.com.